at home. Party, party, we like to party, 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 never go home.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to episode 119 of the Ball Talk Pod. Joining me tonight, as always, Chriso. Chriso, how's it going?
What are we talking about tonight, brother? It's going good. I've had a good day so far. Ate some good food. Got some ice cream.
What ice
Don't
cream?
tell 'em. We went to Brahms. I always get a mix with chocolate ice cream. And here's a little tip for you guys who don't get ice cream all the time like I do. If you insinuate, like if you say like, hey, just like you're going through the drive-thru at Brahms and you ask for candy bar mix, you're like, oh, I want chocolate ice cream. And then they ask you what candy. You say, blah, 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 whatever candy you want. You say, then sprinkle in, you know what? Don't be afraid of the candy. Don't be afraid to put a lot of candy in there, you know, because sometimes they're a little timid. You got to encourage them.
That's what I do at Chipotle.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. I'm a big boy.
Don't be afraid of chickens. Okay?
Yeah.
You let that chicken cross the road right into that bowl, and you'll got a fat tip at the end, which will just be
Exactly.
whatever the 20% is that is calculated automatically by the POS system.
Yeah, and that's just a little big boy tip from us to you, the listeners, to bless your
Maybe
ears on
that's a
this
new
fine
segment.
Wednesday.
Just how do the Ball Talk boys order
How
their
to get
fast food?
how to get the most food out of your fast food order.
Yeah.
That could be something we know. We need Ryan on for that. Boy eats Ryan and Keegan. That'd be a Keegan. We talked with our friend Keegan over the weekend about
Is this a test? Are we going he never
his
listens,
appearance.
and he wants to be on this podcast, and we're going to be like, if he doesn't reach out to us after this episode that we have specifically talked about him, he might never get on the pod.
He might never get on the pod, but a good question for him would be about his eating habits, because we've talked about it before, I'm pretty sure, but they used to be pretty insane. Him and Ryan would do good on that one. But yeah, I'm having a
It
good
would
day.
make all of our listeners feel a lot better about themselves.
I think we said it before, but that man, we went and played golf. Me and Ben went to play golf with him, I think, in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we played
And we meet at Subway before, just to like get
because
a
he
little.
wanted to do Subway. He wanted Subway.
He's a big Subway guy. And so he was like, okay, he goes last. So I ordered like a 6-inch, and I think Ben ordered a 6-inch. He ordered 18 inches of sub. He ordered, and
not
that's
the same sub.
not the same sub. One was tuna, one was ham untoasted. And usually it used to be 24 inches of sub. So he has calmed down.
He
in that
scaled
sense,
back.
but
He started
the
to take
boy-
his health pretty serious.
the boy can eat. The boy can
Yeah.
eat. He can put some food down, which I really appreciate.
Just
So
one of
just one, yeah. But
Yeah.
did you have a good day?
Oh, it's been crazy. What did I do today? I'm telling you, man, one of the biggest luxuries in life is having a car. Because my car's been in the shop a couple of weeks this summer. So Bailey and I have had to like figure out how to get places without both cars. So whether that be she works from home some days, I work from home one day, or she dropped me off, I drop whatever. Well, she flew out to a bachelorette today. So I'm batching it up this weekend. And so we didn't have to leave a car. She dropped me off at work and then came and picked me up, and then I drove her to the airport. And I forgot my lunch. So I had to just sit at my office
Carlos?
until like 2:00 carless. And I didn't want to like spend money on food because I had leftovers at home. So I didn't eat lunch till like 3:00 today.
Wow. That's
So
you're a
it's been a
brave
struggle.
soldier. You're a
been a
brave
struggle.
soldier. I was about to say you work downtown. You could have just gone
There's
and
tons
walked
of great
to,
spots downtown.
Yeah, I was about to say
Tons
there
of
is
great spots.
tons of good spots right around where you're working.
This is
but I
like
get
not
it.
even first world problems. Everyone's just like Ryan's probably going to text me and call me an idiot for not just walking and getting. But I'm trying to be financially responsible because football season's coming up, and who knows what my bank account's going to
We
look like after all this
we get
national championship merch.
irresponsible. Yeah, John Mateer, Heisman merch. I love Opolis. They put out great merch, so I'm sure they're going to put out some good championship merch. And we can say that because we're at the beginning of the season, and the hope is at an all-time high.
Yeah, I want to buy everything.
All-time high. I
Well,
don't want to
Chris,
hear what.
You don't want to hear
Tell me.
something. and
No,
then I'm
I
gonna
don't
ask
want to
you
hear
another question.
any negative talk about this team. I don't want to hear any negative talk about this team until we lose 2 games, right? Like I'm all in, 100% arms against the wall. And I know I'm saying this out loud, but I will be nervous for Michigan. But I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. Not to say I won't be
You can
nervous.
be nervous, but not.
But I'm not hearing any of the negativity. The negativity's pushed out of my mind.
There's
For the
not
beginning
a
of
lot
the season.
right now around this program. which is
That's
like
what I'm saying.
awesome
And
and terrifying.
I don't want any of it.
Well, there's not any out there.
Well,
There's not any out there.
We know there are some negative OU fans out there, some in our lives. I'm sure they have something that they're worried.
Dude, our most pessimistic fan called 10-2 for this season. It's crazy.
Jack
The only
said
person
that?
No, TMO.
Whoa.
The only thing that I've seen negative is Paul Feinbaum. Who said
What did Paul Feinbaum
He
say?
said we were going to go, like, there's always a team every year in the top 10 that finishes unranked. Like, every year since 2019,
Sure.
I think, or something
Okay.
like that. Whatever the, it's the stats where it's like, LeBron has his career high on Tuesdays, the Tuesday after election day. His career high is 54 points, most in NBA history. He projects OU to be the team in the top 10 that drops out of the top.
I always feel like that's a team that struggles on defense. Don't you? I feel like it's a team that just like maybe not their offenses isn't as great. Like LSU, their offense never got to the level that people thought it was going to get to, right? And their defense wasn't as good either, so they like fell out, right? If their defense was probably a little better, they might have stayed in. So I think that's an interesting pick. It's also kind of a cool,
it's just a
I know
BS
ball pick.
BS thing. He probably was mad at Eddie's technique.
The block.
Goya came on,
and he did the. That's a great video.
Great video. I thought it looked good.
Speaking of videos, I sent Ben a video last night. It's from 2016 when the first episode 7 Star Wars came out, The Force Awakens. Someone on YouTube did a mashup of the trailer and like OU football, and it is awesome. It gives me shivers every time. It's
Baker's
called like
in it, so.
Yeah, just look up OU Star Wars, and it's the one about the Force Awakens. It'll get you going. I watched it because that was the year we went to play in Clemson, maybe.
We lost to Clemson, Baker's first year as a starter.
Was that 2016?
2015-16 season.
Yes, and so
the Orange Bowl was, I think, in 2016 because it was like New Year's Day or New Year's.
And I was pumped to watch it, and then we just got beat. But
like going back to Feinbaum saying OU's going to drop out with this schedule, if they go 8-4, I still think they're ranked.
Sure,
like 8-4 against that schedule,
and that's what we declared the floor for this team.
That's Scoop
that's
always
the
talks
basement.
about the Doom pod. That's our Doom, 8-4.
That's the basement.
That's the lowest we'll allow. And here's the deal: the 5 or 6 games that I'm in the stadium for, I'm not letting them lose. So there's 5 or 6 wins right there.
Add and tack them on.
Yeah, I mean,
tack them on, and
top
then
of that,
defense travels.
Defense travels, and guess what? So does Ball Talk to Michigan.
We're going to Michigan.
So that's a win.
That's a win, a W. So I'm very excited for the season. I know that fall camp just ended, Ben. Do you have any lingering questions coming out of fall camp? I know there was questions going in about the defensive line, about which wide receivers were going to take over, what running backs we had. Are the tight ends really as shored up as we thought? Did John Mateer really get any better? Our offensive line, a lot of questions on the offense. Is there any lingering questions you have that you're kind of waiting to answer?
The biggest one, I think, for every OU fan should be how long is Jake Michael out? Because he's your starting center, and if he's there, I mean, he's second year in the program. Everyone said he was having a great fall. Brent was asked about it, and he gave one answer, and then he said he's not going to talk about it again until like injury reports come out and all that stuff and availability reports. But that doesn't technically come out to the SEC slate starts, like conference games. So I don't know if that's him saying he's out until Georgia, which is the first SEC game, or it's just his way of saying, like, I'm not talking about it after this. But he did say that it was a short-term injury. They avoided worst-case scenario. I think he has, like, a sprained MCL, which they say it's, like, 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how your body reacts to it. And it happened a week.
2 weeks ago?
It was either a week or 2 weeks ago. And so it's one of those, what does this become? Like is this something he can come back in and the offensive line completely meshes and we can go on our merry way, or is he out long term? Ryan Foje right now is kind of projected as your starting center against UTEP next Friday. You have a true freshman potentially starting at right guard, and Noah Best, which would be the first true freshman to start at OU on the offensive line since Drew Samia in 2015, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Because Bill
NFL guy
play young guys. And so with that, what does the offensive line look like against UTEP? Are they still mixing and matching people? Do they have a set five? Is Michael back for Michigan? You know,
Right.
we've talked about how does Mateer going to look? Having your starting center and your offensive line fully healthy helps a lot with that. OU
Especially
wants to run the football.
Going
Wanna
under
know what
center
helps
more.
running the football, Chris?
Offensive line.
Offensive line.
Tight ends help too.
And that's another
So,
question.
offensive line is
line's my number one.
That's your number one question. That's your number one question. I just my lingering question is like similar, but it's more on the running backs. Are we going to have a running back that actually pops this year? And that's like is our running game really going to work? Like, you know, I've heard Teddy and Gabe talk about it. I've heard, you know, the Scoop boys talk about it, and they all seem like OU's really put an emphasis on it. Putting an emphasis on it and being good at something are probably not the same thing. So I really want to see us. The question like remains, and we probably won't know until after Michigan. Can this team really run the ball? And that will include, like you talked about, getting that center back, most likely, Jake Michael back. Because I think he either comes back for Michigan or
Georgia.
he rests and comes back for Georgia. Because you don't need it for New Mexico
Well,
State.
there's one game between Michigan and Georgia, unfortunately,
Right.
which is New Mexico. Yeah, I think that's a valid question. I mean, like it's all on the offensive side for the most part. I mean, just because there are questions on defense, but you just trust Brent
Mm-hmm.
and you
And
trust,
that's and the people who develop those people,
yeah.
like
I
Todd
mean,
Bates.
the question is like, there's glowing reviews of the wide receivers out of camp, like Elijah Thomas, sophomore out of Choctaw, Oklahoma. Garrett was talking about playing him last year or in high school in a scrimmage.
Basketball, by the way.
He's like apparently blown up, and he's had a phenomenal camp, and he might start. But Terrell Harris, transfer from Virginia, has played really well in the spring, and they've fall camp, and they've even posted like a one-handed catch in the end zone, a video of him doing that, and he looks amazing. But like until I don't know, the question like next week that we won't answer until the game is: do they go out against UTEP and try to put 60 points on the board? And
I think they
show, like,
should.
this is us now, or do they try to be pretty vanilla and say
I
it's
just-
Michigan?
I don't
We couldn't even be vanilla last year. We
Lincoln
were worse
Riley-
than vanilla. What's worse
I-
than vanilla?
What? Vanilla's an okay ice cream flavor. I don't love nut flavors, so maybe like pistachio.
In
But
like
some
a
people really like
bad
pistachio.
Like,
Sure.
Like the lighter green is the good
Mhm.
pistachio ice cream, but this is like the dark green. That's what we were last year. We
I
were
just-
basically snot.
It's not ice cream. That's a better example. Lincoln Riley used to do that all the time, where he'd like fold it up. He'd fold up. He'd have that little postcard, and then he'd like fold it up and put it in his stupid little tight pocket because his pants were too tight. And then he would just like lay down the second half, and it would just be like, "What are we doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm saving stuff." Quit saving stuff. Just go out and score 60 points. Pretend it's the BCS. Run the freaking score up. I want to see points.
Make the cannons run out of the little, whatever the what's it called?
Gunpowder and lead.
Gunpowder and lead, because that's definitely what they're using.
Well, no, but I just like I used to get it right in college. I was like, oh, he's saving it. So smart to save it for the big games.
Well, I think I agree with you in a way. I think Lincoln Riley's teams were offensively driven. The defense
Sure.
was crap.
Yeah, you can say that again.
And so I think there was more validity to saving stuff when you knew you had to rely on your offense to win a game.
I get that.
So not to
I can
say
be
that
on board
I
with
agree
that.
with them. I mean, I hope he gets fired this year, personally.
I hope
But
they underperform and he gets fired. I think that's fair to say.
I hope they lose on Saturday.
Oh,
Be a
I'll be
great way to
watching.
start my football season.
What a hate watch that would be.
I mean, I am Team San Jose State, and tickets are now as low as $12. Chris, we could go.
It might be cheaper to fly.
My wife is out. My wife is on the other coast. Let's go.
But I just like with our offense now, just go score.
I think being led with the defense, though, your point is like even more proven to me of like you need to show that you can score points.
Right. Because like if you go in and you go out and score and you show a bunch of things to Michigan, they're gonna be like, oh, they're doing all these different things. We have to prepare. And then it kind of opens your playbook and you can like do those different things. Right. And you can play off what you think they know. Like show them that you're running I formation and then start throwing the ball out of it.
With a
Right?
week. With a week.
Like, yeah, just like You could like
Or to prepare.
just start like doing, and that's what good offensive coordinators do. So it'll be a really good test for Ben Arbuckle. And that's just my rant about.
And that's ball talk.
I just want to score points this year.
Yeah. I mean, I've greatly enjoyed having a dominant defense again. And the more that we get into this, and the more I think that this offense can at least complement the defense a little bit. Like right whenever I remember when Brent started and we like that year we were awful. And I remember you saying, like, even before we started this podcast, it's like, I want to win 45-42 again.
I did. No, I think I said it on the podcast.
And that was Big 12 stuff. That was also Big 12 football. We weren't in the SEC at the time. So it's not apples to apples. But I've started to really enjoy, like, knowing that, like, you could tell me through 3 games, we don't give up more than 14 points in any of those games. And I'd believe you. And I can't wait to cheer for that. Like, UTEP, I want to shut their ass out. Michigan, guess what? Actually, all 12 of our opponents, I want to shut out. I want to get ahead of that.
Way to clarify. Good clarification.
But my expectations of that are much higher for a team like UTEP, which I haven't heard many great things about.
I've heard they're the worst team in college football.
New Mexico, I think, is decent for their level of football. Michigan, obviously, is Michigan. But defense travels. And I just, like, think we're that good on defense. And so it's like the counterpoint to the defensively heavy team versus the offensive heavy team is on defense. I just don't think we're ever going to be out of the game because I don't think we'll ever get down by 2 touchdowns.
Sure.
If we do, it's bad. It will be hard. On the other end of it, it was even like more like if we get down, if we don't score, we're going to lose.
Yeah. No,
and there's just there's a greater margin of error, I think, with a defensive minded football team. And so I've enjoyed that, especially going back and watching like highlights of last year. That's what I've done basically all night since I've been alone in my house.
I was watching them. I was watching them yesterday, and I just kept noticing how it was always like we had like a 11-point win. Like all the games tended
17 to 6.
It was just like 11-point game. We didn't really win by all that much, but in the fourth quarter, you're right. I felt really secure that if we were up by 11 points, it's really hard.
As long as it was a 2-possession game.
That's right. It's really hard for them to score 2. Like
in a quarter.
And sometimes it was like sometimes those drives that teams would put together on us hinged on a lot of like penalties. I remember there was a couple times last year where we got like an unsportsmanlike conduct going out of bounds. I think it was PJ, and then we got can't remember if it was Cortland Guillory, but I think he got a pass interference. I think it was Cam Coleman in the end zone. It was like that's how Auburn moved the ball down the field to score.
That's how Ole Miss did too. I watched some of the Ole Miss game, and it was the same. Like we got off the field, and it was when that second half when we were starting to come back, and we ended up taking a lead in that game. But they get a field goal because on 3rd and 10 they call a roughing the passer on Jaden Jackson. Bad call.
Sure.
I'll say it. Like it was a bad call, but like that got them into field goal range. If that didn't happen, they're punting, and
I remember that.
Back.
Yeah.
So it's not like we just can't give up chunk plays. Keep everything in front.
No.
I think a big deal this year will be takeaways. I'm very curious to see. We had 9 takeaways last year, and they came in bunches, specifically at the end of the year. I mean, we were in Tuscaloosa.
Well,
we forced 3 turnovers. That was a third of the whole season's takeaways.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the reason we didn't get is because we never really had a huge lead, and teams weren't like teams knew that if we got the ball back, we had like a 33% chance to score. Right, we weren't going to go down and impress you. So like they could just punt it, and they could be pretty safe on like 3rd and down and do a lot of check downs or run the ball or something like that against our defense, because they'd rather punt and play the field position game against our offense that wasn't going to score at a high efficient rate. And so like, that sort of like coaching decisions probably play into that.
So they just were very patient.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take a lot of risk.
And I think Alabama was one of those games that they took a lot of risks just because it felt like a really huge game that they couldn't lose. You know what I mean?
Well, and somebody said like Eli Bowen alone in fall camp. Now, I don't know what this means. Like, is this in scrimmages? It's like what it is. But apparently he had like 8 interceptions by himself in fall camp. So I'm a little worried about old Mateer. I'm hoping that was against Bo Bentley, the freshman.
Yeah. Well, so you remember, speaking of like fall camp being worried about one side or the other. Do you remember like 2 years ago when they were talking about how the defense was just like dominating the offense and how it wasn't even close?
Is
Do you remember
Jackson
that?
Arnold's year?
Yeah. They were just like killing the offense during scrimmages and stuff. And everyone's like, oh, our defense is back. It's so good. Like, because we were like certain Jackson Arnold was going to be good. And then it just like turned out to be the exact opposite. That their defense was really good, right? But the offense just like wasn't a college football offense. And there's some reporting out of Texas. Now, the reporting out of Texas is not very good at all right now. But there was some people on Twitter who were like, this is something that OU can't say, that their defense just dominated their offense today. I was like, well,
you don't want that.
I don't want that to happen. I want it to be pretty even, you know? Do you think that Ohio State's defense is just kicking the shit out of its offense every day? No.
They're like splitting the days. Like
Right.
one day the offense wins, one day the defense wins, or they're like, it was pretty evenly matched today.
Right. And so like
I
it'll
do
be
assume
interesting.
our defense has won more days than they've lost. That's just
Sure.
the reality of the talent on it, but not to the point where it's like the offense can't move the ball.
Right.
And people
And that-
like it's like perspective, you know, like Texas is trying to not freak out if this is true. And like, oh, our defense is amazing. Like, and just imagine how much better Arch is going to be because he's going up against the best, most talented. I mean, one stupid idiot from Texas, I'm not even going to say his name, said that there's not a single player on OU's defense that he would take over, like the starting 11 on OU. There's not a single one of them that he would take over any of the starting 11 on Texas, on their defense.
I don't know anything about Texas defense, but that's hard
They
to
have
imagine.
one guy
That's true.
that is like far and away, he might be our best player. It's Colin Simmons, the defensive end.
Sure.
And I'm not saying he's like for sure our best player. I mean, David Stone's going to be a first round draft pick next year, preseason All-American. Cortland Guillory's amazing. I mean, I'm like, it's not far and away, but like in terms of like talent eval and expectations for getting drafted, etc. Colin Simmons is a dude. Like you have to game plan for him. They lost so much last year. I can't name a defensive tackle for them. And we have two of the best in the country. Taylor Wine isn't that far behind Colin Simmons. He might not have the measurables to get drafted as high, but in terms of production and who I want in Brent's defense, Team Wine.
Sure.
I don't care if I'm biased. I don't know anything about their corners. I don't know anything about them. And the thing is, last year, and this is kind of like, we'll see how Texas looks. And as we get into the Texas game, we can kind of preview this more. They fired their defensive coordinator because they had a down year, and they couldn't fire the offensive coordinator without firing the head coach. The defensive like their defense last year kept them in a lot of games. Their offense hasn't been good.
No. And
They used the defensive coordinator as a scapegoat. So we'll see how that looks.
There's a lot of podcasts that talk about, you know, the moves the head coach can make before he's let go. One of them is like to take over play call responsibilities.
Which Brent
One
did.
is right.
But
And that move saves his job. Like some of them do work, right? But a lot of them are
But
like
the writing is on the wall that if this move doesn't work, you're toast.
right, 100%. And so like another one is like firing the opposite ball coordinator. Like you're an offensive guy, firing the defensive guy and trying something new. Like Lincoln did that 2 years ago, right? And their defense got a little better, but now it's kind of like pay up or shut up.
Ruffin McNeil was leading the charge.
But
Let me see. I want to look at.
like I think
Well,
it's funny that you said
Texas.
I don't know anything about Texas's defense, and the guy you mentioned probably knows nothing about OU's defense.
Yeah,
He's
and that's fair.
so
Doesn't have
and it's
to.
just and he's
But
just
that was
saying
just an
stuff for
outlandish thing.
clicks. Yeah,
Like if you told me, like there's a chance. Like last year, Texas kept it together after losing to Ohio State. But if they lose at home to Ohio State, going in before OU, so they have a bye week just like we do. The week we play Georgia, they played Tennessee in Knoxville.
that could get
That's the
real
week that
loud.
they lost to Florida last year.
That could get really loud for Old Arch. That's a really good atmosphere. I hope that's at night. Is that at
It's at
night?
11
Oh, that stinks. That sucks for the people in
And
Knoxville.
it's
But
like Manning playing in Tennessee.
I know.
So I don't like. It's just like if they have a couple things go wrong, it happen. Like anytime a couple things go wrong consecutively to Texas, they typically just crash.
They're quick.
That's
They're
it. I'm
yeah.
honestly impressed. They went 9-3 last year,
sure.
and they only went 9-3 because we couldn't score a freaking touchdown. Should have won the Cotton Bowl last year.
I think
And they would
Sark's a
have 3
decent
losses.
coach. Bad guy, decent coach, but you're right. It's impressive he held that together last year. Can you imagine Tom Herman keeping that together last year?
No, I
Dude.
never will. I honestly forgot about him.
Charlie Strong, Todd Herman. What a string of coaches Texas had.
Yeah. We'll see. Chris, the current line, I'll check in next week on this, but the current line I'm going to give you the line and the over-under for the OU game.
Okay.
Next Friday night, 7 p.m. against UTEP in Norman.
I'll
The
be
line
there.
is OU minus 41.5.
I hope it's over. I hope it's 63-0.
So you're taking the over at 50.5.
What happened to 41.5?
No, the line was 41.5. The over-under is 50.5.
Well, I'm taking both at that point.
That's what I'm saying. You're already deciding. I think I would take my preference is like OU covers, and then if you want to make a smart bet, I would take the under. Like I bet we score 45 or 48 points. Last year we scored 35 points against like Ball State. Obviously, I do anticipate us being better than that. But those first games, especially if UTEP's as bad as we think they might be, for that over under to hit, you almost need OU to hit it by themselves, which is what you want. So I understand.
Which is what I want. Yeah. I'm another for shutout.
That's fair. Real quick, we talked a little bit last week. I'm going to give I'm back on my lock of the week.
Okay, I'll give you let's keep a log
Running
this year.
tab. Yeah.
And then the winner, what does the winner have to do? Something we'll come up with a punishment for the loser.
Yeah, we'll come up and we'll take ideas as well.
Yeah, so if you have an idea, send us a text or leave us a comment, and we'll come up and the loser will have to do it. And so the first week 0, probably a little easier than
Maybe
most
you don't know
games.
anything about anybody.
That's true.
I think my lock of the week is, I wish I could have gotten this earlier because at one point it was -8, but TCU's -9.5 right now against North Carolina. And I'm taking TCU to cover that, winning by at least 10 or more.
Okay. I think here, Ben, I have an idea. So to make it more interesting, you can take a really safe game like USC -39 and
We
a
have to
half.
pick a dog too. Are we taking?
No,
two
I'm
of-
saying we can. You can pick. We can pick 2, but like say like if you pick something that's like 3 points or under, you get 4 points. But if you take something
Okay.
that's like
Yeah, like if
so
you're
you,
aggressive.
you can get more points if if I take like a guarantee like USC versus San Jose State at 39 and a half, right?
But I almost think
I
that's
would
harder
get
to
like 1 point. Well,
It's almost harder for them to get.
sure.
We'll let this evolve as we.
But we need to have like a scale, right? Like if it's like 18 to 20 points, that's like 1 point.
Because you know what I mean? If I pick someone -1, I'm basically taking them money line. But USC could win by 25 and not come close to covering.
Sure. Okay. That and
So
that's probably true.
how
But
Vegas
I would
makes their
like
money.
I would like to have like a scale so that like if you're far behind at the end of the season, you could find some way
You
to
have a way you can start. Maybe it's just if
You
you,
could-
take the underdog or something like if you take an underdog to win outright.
we can come up with a system
We'll work
for
on
like
it.
bets and
I
stuff
mean,
because
obviously we really thought through this before we got on here.
that'd be fun.
I'm taking TCU -9.5.
9.5 in Dublin, first game of the
Lupin.
season.
I just don't believe North Carolina is good at all.
No, I agree with that. You know what? I like Memphis at
Memphis.
+4.5, the underdog.
So do you have them covering or winning outright?
I have a covering 4.5.
Okay, so you're not taking. You're saying they could lose a close game and you get your point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fair. All right, there are two. Ben has TCU -9.5. Chris has Memphis +4.5.
I didn't know nothing about
We're
Memphis or
starting.
UNLV.
We're starting and ending the day because that's the 11 a.m. kick and the 9 p.m. kick.
That's
Which
right.
I like. Chris, last thing before we get out of here, big decision for me. And I've already gotten most of the approval from my wife on
Sure.
this. I'm big into lucky shirts or
You are. See, this is not something I knew about you. You're pretty superstitious.
well, I just wear the same thing.
Okay.
Usually like the first game of the year. Whatever underwear I wear to that first game, that's the pair of underwear I have to wear it the rest of the year. It's washed.
Is it just underwear?
No.
Or is it the whole outfit?
So here's my thing. I always
Okay.
wear polo 2 games for the most part, at least at OU games. Thunder games, different story. When I watch a game at home, like if it's an away game, that's when I'll throw the jersey on. I feel like I need more help feeling like I'm in there.
Okay, I like that.
Like seriously, I put my Bradford
No,
jersey
no,
on. Jack
I
got
like
me a
that.
Jake Stoops jersey. So I've had the same OU polo. I think if I wore it this year as my lucky shirt, it'd be the 3rd year in a row with the same polo.
It was pretty lucky last year.
Not lucky the first year.
Okay. So the
But it
question
was
is,
worn
does it
when we upset
swing?
Bama.
Does it swing back towards the
That's what
unlucky
I'm
side
saying.
this
Like,
year?
I think I might have to order a polo to get here. But I won't be at the first game. as we discussed.
Before Michigan.
So before Michigan, I need it here.
You should go to, where was I looking that had great polos? Man, I was just there.
I mean, I think
It had-
the best
it
store
had
right now
Reddit-
is the one on Campus Corner.
It had Red and West. I was like, oh.
Metro.
No, Metro probably has some good ones. And then I would probably go look at Blue 7.
See, I respect all that, but you know I'm a Crown guy.
Crown guy. Well, you are a Crown guy. My wife has gotten me 2 Red and West or something, and I really like those.
I'll look into it, but I
See,
think
I'm
I
a-
think I need to get one this year.
I'm a t-shirt guy, and I bought 2 new t-shirts, and honestly, I'm more superstitious about what I wear to Thunder games during the playoffs. So I like wearing the same shoes to OU games, though. I feel pretty superstitious about that. Yeah, and I think it's more of what I drink, because when I like to drink a Natty Light, the first thing I drink on the game day is a Natty Light in preparation to win a Natty.
Okay, we'll drink 2 next Friday.
Drink 2. I'll drink 2. So
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's, I do love the polo and I'll still wear it, but I think I just need a new game day polo. I think every couple of years I need to switch it up. So that's where I'm at.
I don't hate that. I think that's probably good.
So we'll let you know what I decide. It'll probably be a next week decision just to make sure that it's here before Michigan. But yeah, Chris, anything else for the people before we head out? I mean, this is our last non-game week pot for 3 or 4 months.
I know, which is exciting. I'm real excited to get into it. Real excited to start being stressed about it.
I don't know
We've
if
had
it's
a-
because we're not coming off of an NBA championship, but this offseason is
really long.
like
Speaking of
August
NBA
specifically.
Yeah. Speaking of NBA champions, one of my least favorite things and most favorite things is watching like workout videos of players. And Chet for a while has put out some real stinkers. His Instagram
See,
games.
I think that video that was posted with him getting blocked, I think it was from a prior year.
You do.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I didn't know
The
that.
most recent one with him and Katie and Josh Christopher, he was
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. Like he put out some stinkers. His Instagram game has been sort of soft this year, and I think
because he's
But
been in the
that-
lab. I'm telling you, I'm buying Chet stock.
I'm
Nobody's
with you.
buying more Chet stock than Ben Osborne.
If anyone's buying Chet stock, it's Ben. If no one's buying it, Ben's dead. Here's the thing. I think that last one you talked about is good. Like him, like kind of like attacking a smaller defender, going at KD a little faster release. Finally, some good Chet video.
He also had counters. So like he always did, like Breek said in our group chat, he always does that spin.
Mhm.
He's never had anything off of the spin instead of just like going up and praying no one else is there.
Mhm.
Specifically a 7'4" Frenchman.
Mhm.
But he's in that video he showed at least like a counter to that.
Yeah,
which
Mark was there. I saw Mark, a picture
You
of
see
Mark
that
there.
someone tweeted out it's like Mark's probably just in between every one of Chet's reps. He's just reading out another tweet about how Wimby just owns Chet. Like another person, like just
that would be
scrolling through,
that would be
showing different
awesome.
highlights of Wimby doing something.
I love that. I love that he's working with Kevin Durant. Now, Kevin Durant is not a fan favorite here in Oklahoma City, but he does have a game that I think Chet could really evolve into.
He'll never be KD, but a lot of
He'll never get there, but there are like tendencies and moves that I think Chet could really learn from and benefit from. So it's been fun seeing like all the guys working out with Shea in Canada.
Jared McCain's had some good YouTube videos of late with like he went to Canada for Shade's birthday, worked out with them. J-Dub's in China or Japan.
Yeah.
I think he's in Japan again. And then McCain is in China right now.
Oh, really?
Like Dub's there with Adidas. I don't know why McCain's there. He hasn't posted his vlog yet, but yeah, that's how I stay connected. Like anytime, as long as we always have a couple people vlogging on the team, that's how I feel like I stay connected.
I feel connected. Yeah. What stood out to you most about Shea and McCain's workout? Because I have one thing.
Shea's shot looks a little quicker.
It looks quicker, and he was coming off screens, and he was like catch and shoot a lot more, no dribble, and it looked nice.
Which,
Like,
I
that's
hope
like
with
the-
like AJ and Dub on ball. We didn't see that in the playoffs because there wasn't another ball handler on the court.
Sure.
But that's something we
And-
could do if we have those guys
I
healthy.
mean, that could really make him like truly
I said this last year before the season. I said there's no chance Shea wins the MVP again because it just felt like he got the MVP, he won the championship. everybody had already kind of started turning on him in the media. And then Wemby was too young. Jokic and the Nuggets weren't great. Luka, I don't even think qualified. Luka qualified for All NBA, but it was after they like ruled that he
sued it or something. Yeah.
Well, he missed a couple games because his daughter was born in Slovenia.
Sure.
But then Shea had that run in March where he hit like every clutch three. He won it in March against the Nuggets. It's like almost impossible for him to win 3 in a row.
I would say it's impossible. I think people have already made up their minds.
Is Wemby MVP, and it's like plus 200 odds already. Like he has better odds to win the MVP than either the Spurs or the Thunder do to win the championship. Which obviously championship's harder to get, but still just very very short odds.
Here's something I want to put in your ear, Ben. I think we'll see what you think after. Your ear might get a little wet from this. What are the odds, or what do you think when I say Wemby has used his size and length to mask the fact he's not a very good offensive player?
Oh, he's just not very polished. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I think he's an overrated defensive
player. Okay. Like his length on defense and offense hides a lot. He does the only reason he scores a bunch is because he misses his first shot and then is the tallest person on the court to get a rebound.
Yeah. Well, I think
he's a decent shooter.
He is and he isn't though. Like if he doesn't hit a 35-foot bomb, I don't know if the Thunder are back-to-back NBA champs because the Knicks were incredible last year. But
it's hard to win.
Again, it's like anytime the Thunder lose game 1, I'm like, we're going 7 now. And if they hadn't lost game 1, it's Thunder in 5. That's always what it is. That is just how it's gonna go. The Thunder can't win a series in 6, but they can win in 4, 5, and 7.
Yeah.
Those are the options.
So
when they're the home team.
I just want to put that in your ear and our listeners' ear, see what they say, see what you think.
Well, and my logic on the defensive side, yes, he can get all the blocks. Yes, he scares people. But in the Knicks series, they posted a lot about how he just gets caught ball watching a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And his length obviously helps him recover quicker than anyone else that's ever played basketball. So that's
at some point
thing. It's like if he does put it together,
sure, 100%, and that's true. But at some point, it's just who you are, and it's hard to change that. But I mean, he's still a very young player and a young person. He will figure that stuff out, unfortunately. But that's just sort of what I want to put in our listeners' ear. Little Thunder talk here at the end of
It's been
August.
a while since we talked Thunder, so it's nice to sprinkle in every once in a while. We have the schedule now. We're basically 2 months from the kickoff of basketball season.
We need to talk about the schedule. I never even really looked at it.
It's nice and ripe for the picking.
Really?
I don't know.
Easy schedule?
We have the easiest schedule in the NBA according to winning percentage, which is just the stupidest stat. But
it's all different this year.
It's all different, and we don't play ourselves.
No.
So everyone else has to play the best team in the league. We are the best team in the league. So all of that just inflates their strength of schedule. So we'll get into that in the coming weeks. Maybe an OU bye week or something like that. But yeah, there you have it. Chris and I always say, we'll just do a 20-minute pod, and then here we are at over 45 minutes. So life happens when you put a mic in front of you. Bottom line.
Just can't shut up.
Can't shut up. But with that, we're headed out for the evening. We will be back next week. Game 1, first game day preview next week. We'll talk to you. See ya.
See ya.
All night long, party, party, we like to party, party, party all night long.